everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. Fielded about a yard deep, and he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Again, Anderson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
My dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Here we go now.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Third down now following the run. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And his first carry, he loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. A dump off to Anderson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
A first update from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, and the 49ers are out to the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Fuller brings it in over the middle, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Let's go. They'll run with Mack. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brandon Marshall coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Let's go. Back to throw now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Let's go. Looking to throw. Completion left side to Miller. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Here we go now. 3-19. Now Foreman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Strong, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
I I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
They start the drive with Anderson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Following the penalty, Anderson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They run it again with Anderson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
All right, here we go.
Now back to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down. Here's Foreman. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to face a third down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll They'll look to throw now on first down. Strong grabs it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
He'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A carry for Foreman. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Here we go now.
Here's Mack. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They're going to look to throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Well, they started this drive in as tough a spot as you can at their own 1, so they're able to march it into field goal range and get 3.
I thought that was a very poised, dare say classy sort of a drive. Backed up in the shadow of your own end zone, yet you come out of it and put points on the board. Well executed.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
And that is incomplete here.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Second down following the incompletion. Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
On second down, Anderson trying to run inside, but nothing there. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Here we go. Green.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Whitney merciless. In there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 2nd up in Seattle. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out.
Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he rifles one incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Here we go now. 3, 19.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Let's go. 3, 19. Leopard.
They'll run with Foreman. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Two minutes remain here in the 1st half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. When halftime rolls around in just a bit, we'll send you to Orlando. You will hear the dulcet tones of Mr. Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report.
Does dulcet mean good?
Yeah, it's just something that broadcasters say. It's got to be good, right?
It's gotta be
you
good.
tell me.
Well, it's got to be good if Larry's doing it.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. Now it's Franks following the made field goal to send it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw here. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Buck. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. They'll look to throw here. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll drop to throw. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So we've come upon halftime here, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They run again with Foreman. And some room to maneuver. Past the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here's Franks now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit at the 19. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Second down following the run. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He goes underneath for Anderson. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Broncos on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a play fake here on first down. A dump off to Anderson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Back to throw again. Screen play, Anderson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll drop to throw. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
All right, here we go.
They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jadeveon Clowney from his outside linebacker spot. He comes up to drop him for a loss of 10. It was pretty evident in reading everything, hearing these guys talk, that this was a deal they wanted to get done. They know how valuable he is to this team.
Absolutely a key component to what they do and what they do well. And if they want to continue to have success in the future, they knew they needed him, and they got the deal done.
Handoff comes to Anderson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Elsewhere, a 3rd quarter score. And the Saints have surged back to take the lead there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And now out comes Houston. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have... continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead.
Set. No. Check. Patriot. No. Check. Patriot. Detroit.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second down, and the offense needing 5 yards.
Here we go now.
Now a carry from Mack. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Beathard. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
After that nice game there, for the rest of the game, the defense is going to have to respect the running backs as passing threats as well. Not just play them strictly to run the football. They may be able to get downfield and catch it too.
Here we go.
Now a carry for the fullback. This is Jay Prosh. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go.
A give to the fullback on the dive. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you've got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Now let's go.
To throw is Beathard. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. So the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
4 yards remaining now on 2nd down.
Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo.
the shotgun. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Back to throw. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
He's got the hook up to Lee. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They're going to look to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And he's into the clear. 20, 10, 5, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go now. Boom, landing.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on the... And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals hoping to pull off a bit of a shocker. They lead in that one. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And here comes the Texans now. They built up that lead at intermission. And they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now. And all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays. And right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
In motion is Fedorowicz. Again, it's Foreman. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll throw here. Beathard. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now here is the punter, Shum, as he sends this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Single slot. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll set up to throw. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Lee's got it over the middle. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Fresh set of downs here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Carlos Henderson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets it down to the 32. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for Houston, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders.